come up some.
So when Chris Carlheim came to my house today, he said the B Squad. It's the B Squad.
It is.
It's gonna be here. I'm not saying you're wrong. I know that there was a time on 98 Rock that the program director Rick Strauss said, I don't want to have two fill-ins. I remember him saying that, like, meaning there was a time where if Scott and Josh are going to be out, they would just do best of.
Yeah.
Those days are over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they ever had one where all three were gone.
I'm trying to think.
I don't think that's ever happened.
No, I don't think
think
that's
so.
happened. No.
But if Rob and I were the hosts and they had, somebody coming in doing the
Phil.
news.
Can you imagine Phil and then Rob and Joe? That would actually be a good show.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a quick story about the great Phil Yakubuski, who's you're talking to.
Yeah.
He is, and we might have told
Phil Nipples Yakubuski.
when does he have his nipples protrude
Dude,
through
he's
his?
got glorious nips.
His
He
nips
does?
are always
Yeah.
hard.
Have you ever seen them out of the shirt?
No.
Have you guys talked about it on the air?
I think we make fun of him sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a guy, immediately when he sees you, he's like, oh, nice hat. Whatever. It
Right,
doesn't matter.
right,
Whatever
dude.
you
Just
have, he's going to try to
Busting
take.
balls.
He's going to try to take you out, right?
Oh, yeah.
So one day, I might have told this on the air here. One day, I was on BAL and I was in there. And by the way, I come on BAL at 7.
Yeah.
This day I was coming on at 8 because there was some
News special or
some news
nonsense.
special. I'm on 8 to 11. You know who's in the building? Like 2 people, and
Yeah.
one of them's cleaning the place. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing slippers.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yakubuski sees me
Oh, Jesus.
and he starts giving me shit.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
And I go on the air and the first break, my first 15 minutes is shredding him
Dude,
to all of whoever's listening.
he gets me every single fucking time I see him. It's he always gives me shit for not showering, which is not true. I'm pretty clean. Nobody's 100%, but I try. Always gives me shit for not showering, my thin hair, my
Yeah,
hair
but
is
that
falling
stuff
out.
is, let me tell you something. Like I don't have all the hair that I once had.
Yeah. Same.
I'm sensitive about that shit.
Yeah, dude, and he just like jumps right. I barely knew him. This was like after working at 98 Rock for 2 weeks. He's like, your hair looks like shit. Your hair's thinning. Like, dude,
Yeah.
thanks. I fucking know. Like,
I don't want to tell me.
I've worn a hat every day since.
You're gonna
And
tell me I'm a bad father?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
So he walks in and makes fun of Reese
Oh God.
relentlessly.
Okay.
And for me, that's enjoyable because
Oh, you like Reese getting?
Oh yes. Yeah. Knocked down a peg or two.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is he got himself all pumped up?
I'm the Orioles guy. You remember when he first got there,
Uh-huh.
he said to you or me or something, he was like, I'm going to be on 98 Rock. I was like, for what reason? And he was like, oh, they want to interview me because I'm an Orioles producer. I was like, dude, no one gives an S.
But that's not why
about
they
you.
want to interview him.
No.
They wanted to talk to him because he went with them and they bought him clothes. There was
No, this was
This was-
when he first started.
Yeah. This was
98 Rock wanted to talk. Who?
No
wanted-
one wanted to talk to him.
Amelia? Who
He-
wanted to
he-
talk to
He
him?
decided that he wanted to be talked to. So that's what he said.
I should probably say who's with me. We have Chris Carlheim he's from Dork Dynasty. He's also from Nobody Wants Us, which is fast becoming the most popular show on Patreon. Real quick before I introduce you, Joe Stamboni, I noticed we put out our bonus episode.
Yeah.
And our bonus episode was did you listen to it?
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was absolutely insane.
Everyone is.
This one was a different level to me, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard the bonus episode or you're not a patron, I would highly recommend just trying it. It costs $5 to try it, but this isn't an ad for that.
Should be.
Something so crazy happened that I'm like, oh, people are going to be and even in the comments, people are going, you were right, that you couldn't have oversold this. It has one more it's the flagship show
Yeah.
than your show. One more.
I think people just like my anger, but I can't figure out why.
No, yeah.
Tap into that,
We'll
that's good.
we'll get to that. And
Yeah.
this is, of course, Joe Stamboni, producer of the morning show. Why are you off tomorrow?
It's just because I'm a puss, and I got to go down before everybody. I got to leave Friday morning.
Are you staying at my place?
Yeah.
I can give you a set of keys before you leave today.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
So I got told earlier this week that I'm going down ahead of everybody because I got to set up some shit for a Wolfgang Van Halen performance. And
Different than he's like at some little venue down there or something.
yeah, I think this is separate. I think he's just doing this for us. Just a
Yeah,
couple
it's
songs.
on the inlet.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna play for 98 Rock.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So anyway, I got to go down. I'm not going to be on the show Friday. I got to leave Friday morning at like 6 to get down to the beach by like 8:39 and set all that shit up. And then yeah, then we'll be partying.
And I know you might not be able to answer this question legitimately, but I'm gonna. Is Wolfgang Van Halen? Is he a good guitarist?
I haven't really paid enough attention to him. From what I've seen and heard, he seems decent enough. I mean, his dad's fucking
Well, that's what I'm
the
saying.
greatest
So,
guitar player.
let's say
of all
Daniel
time.
Day-Lewis has a kid,
Yeah,
and that kid is 80% of what his dad was.
yeah,
He's still one of the best actors in Hollywood. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Is he?
yeah.
Did the apple fall so far from? He's got his own band. They're
Yeah.
popular.
I
We
don't-
play them.
I don't think anybody could be
Well.
really as innovative as Eddie Van Halen. And Wolfgang is he's not his father at all. But he can write a decent pop song, I guess. He's making it
I
work.
guess I was more talking about his acumen on the guitar. By the way,
Yeah, no,
did I
it's,
reintroduce you? I think that I
yeah,
did.
yeah. It's very average.
I did say this on Track Off. One of the things I like Van Halen. They're not one of my 10 favorite bands, but I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. They're not probably one of my 20 favorite bands, but I do like them. Like I wouldn't, if I heard Jamie's Crying, I wouldn't turn it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's but however, their biggest commercial hit
Mhm.
with David Lee Roth, which everybody knows is the better iteration of the band, right?
Okay.
Eddie Van Halen plays the keyboard.
Oh, what song?
Jump.
Damn. Okay.
It's
I
their,
didn't know
it's their
that.
most commercially successful song. He's not even
Wow.
fucking playing the guitar.
That's great. I didn't know Jump was their most famous song. That makes sense.
It's their biggest commercial
yeah,
hit
yeah.
with David Lee Roth.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's playing the by the
fucking
way,
keyboard.
he's not even really that good at the keyboard.
No,
It's really
he's just playing some chords.
he's about as good as probably you, I'm guessing,
yeah,
at
that's,
the keyboard.
I think that's fair.
So I want to talk about Boardwalk Rock. Here's how it was sold to me originally. People are staying at my place.
Mhm.
Originally, I get a call. They're like, we'll kick you some cash. I said, don't worry about it. It's fine. They go, no. We insist. Okay. This is the last time I've heard that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the insist. I haven't heard the insist since then.
Sounds
Okay.
about right.
By the way, that's fine. At the time, I didn't really care. Now I could use a little bit of cash, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's fine. I
So they
offered
are
it.
paying you or they're not?
No, fuck no. They're not even.
man.
They're not nothing. But
Jesus
that's
Christ.
bad. This is what's worse.
Mm.
Okay. Hey Joe, Scott, Joe Stamboni, and Justin are staying at your place.
Right.
We're going to give you 2 tickets. Well, what does that suggest if I'm getting 2 tickets?
That you can go to the thing.
I can, but I have 2 tickets. So what does that also
you
mean?
can bring a
Right.
friend,
So they
person.
obviously know somebody's going to be with me. So I'm there. And so I'm there and I obviously have somebody with me. When I did it, I assumed that would be somebody that I was married to.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now I'm
Things
taking a dude. Doesn't matter.
happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But I'm like, hey, I said to my friend, I go, look, there are beds, but I don't know. There's a great couch. There's a great recliner. I go, you're not going to want to sleep in one of the rooms because the guys that you don't know are going to be in there. You're welcome to sleep back here. You can sleep in this bed. I don't care. You can sleep in an air mattress, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's all. Now, okay. So fast forward, were you in the meeting?
Yes.
The
I was
meeting
there.
was 5. It wasn't even 5. Was
Yeah,
it 5 minutes long?
2.5 minutes.
Two and a
for
half.
Boardwalk.
This is a
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been meeting about it for 6 months.
Yes. They go, okay, Joe, we need to know, how do we get in? What are the keys? And I'm like, well, first of all, I have sets of keys, but I'm going to be there. Rick's like, you are?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be there because well, I don't know how you invite me to my own place.
Right.
But okay. So it was a little strange to me because obviously, what do I have tickets? I have to get another place.
Yeah.
Right. So it was always suggested that I was going to be there.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird when he was surprised. I go, I thought it was going to be me, whoever was with me,
Mhm.
Joe, Justin, and Scott. Now, meanwhile,
Right.
I don't give a fuck who comes.
Yeah. I know.
But he
that.
goes, oh, no, it's going to be more than that.
Right.
And I'm like, well, who? Like, is it 7 more? Is it 8 more? Is it 1 more? He goes,
They
we
have
have
no
air
idea.
mattresses. I go,
Yeah.
well, you've never seen this place. It's not a fucking house. It's a condo.
Right.
So
Yeah.
even if people are on air mattresses, how many air mattresses can you fit in the front room?
Well, at
Yeah.
most, it could only be what? 1, 2, John, Amelia, Kirk, Marianne, Kobe,
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
John
on.
Lauer.
Well, that was my question.
John Moore.
Are Amelia and Marianne in by place?
I don't know.
No.
By the way,
Definitely-
I don't
definitely
care
not.
if they are,
Yeah.
but
no.
if they are,
Um,
then that means that you or Justin or Scott don't get a room.
right. No, I don't
Because
think it's-
Marianne's going to get a room. She's
Yeah.
a girl.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not that. I just thought the other day, I was like, where the hell is Kobe and Kirk and Mariana? They're not. I know they're not staying with us. I'm not sure where they're staying though. And
That's kind of disappointing.
yeah,
Hanging out with Kobe. would be
Kobe's
fun.
the greatest. Well,
Yeah.
then I got thinking, I was like, if it gets too crowded over at Joe's, I got to find out where Kobe's at. Maybe I can bunk up with Kobe. That would be a great time.
What do you mean too crowded over at Joe's? That's what's
Well-
making me crazy.
Well, here, let me
Yeah.
tell you. This is what I think it is. This is what I think. So it's going to be you,
Yeah. The
Just-
guy that I'm bringing. Don't
Yes,
forget about this
okay,
guy nobody
you-
knows. Okay.
you, the guy that nobody knows,
Right.
Justin Scott, me.
Right.
Then I think maybe one of the promotions kids.
Okay.
John.
Oscar.
I don't
Is
know.
Oscar going down?
I'm sure he's probably going to. That's where it's either going to be 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It's going to
So-
be 6 or 7.
Well, 6 is 1 more, 7 is 2 more.
Yeah, so they're going to
Okay.
have to.
That's fine because
Yeah.
there's a bunk bed room. Does somebody want to sleep on the top bunk? That's fine. That exists. There's 2 beds in the room in the front room.
Yeah.
They're both twins, and I think one's a double or one's a queen and one's a twin. There are 2 beds if
Yeah.
people want to double up. There is a great couch. Like I said, there is room, but it's almost like, what are you fucking me over? You're
Yeah.
not fucking me over. That's a bad way to put it. But
Well, there's
why
no-
would you not just be forthcoming with me? All I've been is agreeable.
They
You know
don't
what I mean?
plan.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like they just told engineering 2 weeks ago that they need all this stuff done, which is for those that have no idea what I'm talking about. There are 3 kits for the away broadcast, for the
Okay.
remote broadcast. And they're like, we need all 3 of them. And it's like, okay, cool. My guys have Preakness and we have an Orioles game. So we
Right.
need one of those kits. And they're like, oh, well, we thought we could just have them. No, that's not how this works. Like, and they never told engineering at all. So Mike, who is our head engineer, comes to me, he goes, can you just put together some stuff? I go, I guess we're going to have to if they're going to have all 3 fucking kits.
Yeah. So they definitely said to me, do you have extra keys? And after that, there was nothing else they needed me to know.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know the address?
Nope.
Okay.
I know it's well, no, I'm bullshit. I know because I've heard everybody else talking, or Justin, everybody
By
that's
the way,
asking
I will
Justin.
clearly, I'll be there, but I'll
Yeah.
also give you the address. It's
Yeah.
not that.
Yeah.
It's like really, you could have texted me what time? Well, he couldn't do that because he I guess he forgot I was going.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then
So he didn't know.
Yeah.
People would have to arrange to come and get the keys for me, which, by the way, you're going to do today.
yeah, right. I'm
That's
happy
so
I can.
stupid.
Now, I still think it's going to be fun. And I know, look, you guys don't have to comment. I think it's fair. I think what I'm about to say is a fair thing to say.
All right.
When I look at the lineup,
What is the lineup?
you pull up the lineup,
Yeah,
feel free.
Pull up the lineup.
There's really, maybe there's one band that I'm excited about. Everclear. It's the only band I want to see.
Really?
I really
Bottom
like
of mind.
Everclear.
Okay.
The second most band I'm most excited about is Nickelback.
Okay.
Right? Right, but it'll be fun. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, let me ask you a question. Do you like Kiss, but would you like to go to their concert? See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a different thing, right?
Yeah, I don't like Guar, but I like to go to a Guar concert.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, don't let Tommy and Eric listen to this. You better be careful. The next thing you know,
Oh,
you're
they
you're-
love
dude.
Guar.
Yeah, matter of fact, they told me that if they had their Desert Island album, they would pick. You have 2 bands you can pick to take to the desert island with you. Is it
Tommy's
deserted
definitely
or is it
picking Guar.
desert? What is it?
Desert.
Is it
Island-
desert island?
Deserted island.
One,
desert
whatever. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
It's Guar,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one
Weird Al.
is Weird Al.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about that. Those songs have already been written and have been hits.
Yeah.
He doesn't want those. He wants the joke. Meanwhile, how you can only laugh at the same joke so many times. Eventually, it's
Yeah.
not funny
That's
anymore,
true.
right?
Right.
You know, although
They
I've
know
listened
all
to-
the words to Al.
they do, but
Weird
I've
Al.
also that's a little unfair statement because like I've listened to Tenacious D, their first album.
Mhm.
I probably listened to it 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
so maybe, and I love it. So maybe it's works because it's music or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also a song that maybe you like the parody of it better than the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all of them with the last album, like the Chameleonaire. I like the
What's
Weird
that?
Al.
What's Chameleon?
the rapper. He had that. I don't even remember the name of the song, and I have no service, so I can't look anything up.
There's definitely some if you want to get technical about it, there's definitely some covers of songs. Like most of Led Zeppelin's career was just covering blues
No, I've
songs.
heard that. You say most of. That's not fair.
Well.
There is some band that apparently they borrowed from egregiously, and they also lost some of the writing credits, or they had to be given to other, and then royalties had to be given to it. I can't remember the name of the band, but that's only like 4 songs.
Yeah, but like When the Levee Breaks, that was like an
That's
old
one of 'em.
blues. That was like a blues
Yeah.
guy. Was that one of the?
No, I don't remember if that's it, but I thought that was one of them. But it's almost like, and I also think that's a little bit bullshit. I'll give you an example.
All right.
Okay. The first thing is that When the Levee Breaks is sampled in the Beastie Boys song, what's it, Rhymin' and Stealing, I think?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think that people think they ripped off Led Zeppelin? I guess they did, but what they really did was say, hey, let's take this thing and let's make it great by using this thing. And so it wasn't an homage, and what Led Zeppelin did wasn't an homage, but I don't know, man. You know more about music than I do, but it's almost like, that George Harrison was sued for the song "My Sweet Lord," which is a fucking masterpiece. Okay?
I didn't know he was sued. Why was he sued for that?
He was sued because the song "He's So Fine" by the Chiffons.
Oh wow.
He's so fine, do lang do, right?
Yeah.
My sweet Lord. It was, and they're like, oh, that's the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they took the fucking George Harrison, Strawberry Fields, George Harrison.
Right.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps, George Harrison. And they said, you had to steal these 6 notes. He's a goddamn Beatle. You see what I'm saying? And then some fucking judge says, I agree. And next thing you know, whoever wrote that song now has the writing credit on My Sweet Lord. And now he's dead. And fuck that. I'll tell you another story that pisses me off. Did you guys ever see? This is really worth seeing.
I love the anger.
I know it's like one of your shows. There's a documentary on, do you guys know who Colin Hay is?
No.
So Colin Hay was the lead singer of a band called Men at Work.
Okay.
And Men at Work at one point in time, they were the biggest band in the world at one point in time.
Didn't know that.
Do you know how many albums they put out?
One?
2.
2. Okay.
2. Business as Usual and Cargo. They put out 2.
Yeah.
And they were both fucking giant fucking mega hits. Okay.
Yeah. Land Down Under, right?
Land Down Under, Overkill, Who Can It Be Now? No, they had all kinds of, Johnny Be Good. No, they were really, really great band.
Yeah.
And he's a great performer and singer and musician, Colin Hay. Anyway, some fucking Yahoo sues them for the song Down Under, because at the beginning, you know the song Kookaburra?
Yeah.
Kookaburra sits in the, it's like almost like a nursery rhyme of sorts. At the beginning, there's a flautist who's playing, he's literally like an homage to Australia, you fucking dicks. It's not part of the goddamn song.
Yeah.
And those motherfuckers sue Men at Work, and they fucking win.
Damn.
And now the documentary is cool because Colin Hay actually plays the song in the courtroom, and everybody's moved by it. And this was during the, I don't know if it's sentencing or judgment or whatever. And the judge gave the absolute minimum that whoever was suing could get. But apparently a jury decided that because I don't know, man, I get it. I mean, you have proprietary rights to a song, but
it's not as bad as Vanilla Ice.
Well, the thing about Vanilla Ice, the thing that bothered me about Vanilla Ice is that, come clean, motherfucker. Because that he came and goes, no, it's boom, 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 boom. That one's boom, 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 boom. You're like, I don't know the fucking difference.
Yeah.
And by the way, he had no other hits, right? The Ninja Rap or whatever doesn't count. What was it, number 52 or whatever? I don't count it.
It's in a good movie, so.
But here's the thing, man. If your song is so fucking good, like, How Soon Is Now, they took that and they made the song Hippie Chick. If you remember that song where they take the boom, 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 from the beginning of those.
Yeah.
And, the song's such a fucking banger that you can just lift a piece of it and you can make your song a hit.
Yeah.
I don't kind of about it.
I mean,
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
What's the song that took Super Freak? There's the one that took Super Freak and sampled it.
Rick James.
Was it?
No,
Rick James.
Yeah,
Right. Can't touch this. Right.
Right.
And then that's a fucking giant
right.
hit.
And then that's been, we've gotten to the point where there's a song that just came out that sampled like the actual rap beat from the MC Hammer song. So it's gone like it started with Rick James and then went to MC Hammer, and then somebody sampled the MC, and it just keeps.
I'm gonna lose both of you on this, but somebody sampled Nuckify Buck by Crime Mob.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I know.
Yeah,
and
what's Nuckify Buck?
It's a song from 2004.
Okay.
It's a fight song. You turn on in a club and people are fighting each other.
I got you. Okay.
And they sampled that song, and the song became a hit. And I heard like my neighbor's kid playing it. And like, what? Are you really listening to Nuckify Buck?
Right.
But it was a different.
It was somebody ripped them off.
It was the exact same beat though.
So here's something interesting, and this is not the direction we thought you were going to go, but
Oh.
do you know one of my favorite songs? I've mentioned it on here many times. We did One Hit Wonders if you listen to Track Off, and I took it early, but Mbop by Hanson's one of my favorites.
Dude, I had a crush on the drummer.
Yeah,
Thought it was a
she's
girl.
hot, right?
Yeah.
So that song I love, but you know that the song Unpretty by TLC, which is also a fucking jam,
Mhm.
same song.
I didn't know that.
Is it
Yes.
really?
If you, matter of fact, you can go on to YouTube and there is a mashup of the two songs, and
Yeah.
essentially it's
Yeah.
the same thing for both songs.
Yeah, that happens.
And
a
then
lot.
when they do the chorus, they mash them together.
yeah, right.
So it's a
right.
fucking all. But yeah, I mean, it's such a great song that they
Ripped it off.
ripped it off and made
Yeah.
another #1 hit out of it.
Mhm.
Okay, one more. Listen, what are we doing? But I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna tell you one more
Boardwalk
story.
Rock. We'll get back to it.
I'm gonna tell you one more story. So Huey Lewis in the News wrote a song called "I Want a New Drug."
Love Huey Lewis.
Okay, and
What
it was a
about the
fucking
News?
monster
Not so much.
hit. It was on the album Sports, which was the biggest album of the whole fucking year. It had Do You Believe in Love and If This Is It. So it had all these fucking bangers on it. And I Want a New Drug came out, and that song, a guy by the name of Ray Parker Jr. literally took that song. The music is exactly the same.
Mhm.
And writes the song Ghostbusters. There's no difference.
Right.
If you take the lyrics out, the two
Right.
songs are exactly the same all the way through.
Right.
So Huey Lewis sues him and is like, you can't just fucking take the whole song,
Yeah, you got to
And
credit
make
him or pay him. or
another
something.
#1 hit about it.
Right.
So he then gets the writing credit, but the one of the terms of the agreement was Huey Lewis could never discuss it in public.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Never discuss it in public. Fast forward to like, I'm not kidding. You can read it maybe 7 years ago.
Mhm.
Huey Lewis is on a fucking talk show or something. Fucking mentions it. Voided.
The whole what?
Got to give it everything back.
Get out of
He
here.
voided the agreement. I'm pretty sure I have that
Jesus.
story correct. If not, then I just made up a bunch of bullshit. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure that
I
if you look
believed it.
if
I
you look at the
believed
Wikipedia, that's fucking
Well, that's
exactly.
like the copyright stuff on
Yeah.
things we can't say.
it. Exactly.
Like the Michael Buffer thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say that. Somebody did it on our airways and we owed them like $100,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Thank God he doesn't work there anymore.
Mm.
And there's like the Paris Hilton,
Mhm.
the it's, and then there's a word that comes after it's that is the word hot. And
Okay.
obviously you can't say those two words together.
You
Uh-huh.
can't.
No.
Wow.
Not on recorded airwaves. That's hence why I put the words in between.
Man, that is insane.
It
Stupid
is.
as hell.
Because that.
He trademarked those two
What if
words.
you say it regarding the temperature?
You could say
You'd be like, "Hey, is it cold out?" And I go, "No," and I say that other thing.
I
I'm not
almost-
allowed to say
I
that.
almost just said.
Or I'm not allowed to say it to describe. That surprises the hell
Yeah.
out of me because that is such a fucking vague term
yeah,
that I've used in my life. Hey, be careful with that drink, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
It's whatever you just said.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say that
lukewarm.
to describe the temperature of something.
Maybe with the description, but I just avoid it altogether. So we
No,
don't
I
have to
hear
worry
you.
about it.
God, it's so fucking.
Stupid.
It
Yes.
really is,
Really
right?
stupid.
Any
now-
way to make a buck.
Trademarks. Are
The
just
thing of the
dumb in
Michael Buffer
general.
thing, I understand because it really. To give an example, Dana Carvey does a George Bush. How old I am? A George Bush senior impersonation.
Mhm.
Okay, and it was
God,
really,
he's old.
Yeah.
really, really fucking
Not
hilarious.
gonna
Okay,
do it.
every person after that who did a George Bush impression wasn't doing a George Bush impression.
They were
They were
doing.
doing
Right.
Dana
They were
Carvey.
doing
Yeah.
Dana Carvey and they
Right.
just took his take on it, which
Yeah.
was fucking genius,
Yeah.
Stole his
and
act.
stole his idea. And then became the impersonation. So, fast forward to this Michael Buffer thing. It's like, I kind of get the Michael Buffer thing more than I get the Paris Hilton thing. The Michael Buffer, because if you say it in that way, you really are stealing his intellectual property for sure.
Yeah, but
If you're saying it in that way,
for a boxing match, sure, but you're not doing it in a boxing match on the radio.
right? I know, but 100% it's his idea that
What
you
is,
are. If he never existed, you wouldn't know to say that.
No, it's valid.
Yeah.
Call me. What is Michael Buffer? What is that?
Michael
real
Buffer
quick?
is a ring announcer for boxing,
Okay.
and
I
his
gotcha.
brother,
Uh-huh.
whose name is something else Buffer, is the UFC guy,
Oh yeah.
and he says
he says-
something else. He
Right.
says something else,
Right. Yeah, I got
But he has another
Yeah, I've heard that before.
catchphrase
I
that
didn't know
he
that.
uses.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. yeah, I mean that does make me a little bit nuts, right? But
It makes me nuts in my position.
no, I
Yeah.
got you. But the 100, sorry, I'm getting the notes up. The 100 grand is what's
Yeah,
100 grand
per pop. So like if it happened twice, it'd be 200 grand.
Jesus.
Anyway, now here's one other thing about I want to talk about Boardwalk Rock.
Okay.
So I have something that I'm bringing with me
Okay.
in order to enjoy this show.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. You probably don't have what I have.
Probably not.
Maybe you
Probably
do.
not. Maybe.
You're not talking about weed. 'cause
No,
weed's
no.
legal. Okay.
No.
I have something else.
Okay.
So what am I saying? It's ecstasy. Why am I pretending? I'm allowed to say this. Okay.
Yeah, we can beep it later. If we need
No,
to.
no, no. I don't really have it.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, I don't have it
I
at all.
know somebody who had it once.
I've heard people talk, right? Because the last thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to go into a fucking concert.
Yeah.
And no offense, Chris, I know you got your own demons, but that's a different thing. Your life was almost fell into shreds. That's a different thing than me. I'm not going to go and watch fucking Bush straight. Are
Yeah.
you?
No. Absolutely.
I'm not going to
Probably-
watch Three Doors Down sober as a judge. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. My experience is probably going to be a little different than yours since I got
Crack.
crack.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
hell
gonna
yeah.
it'll keep me
Are
going.
you typing what your experience is?
No.
Oh.
I'm just looking at the lineup for Boardwalk Rock. But since I got to kind of work, and Rick
I
Rick
see.
did mention that he might want you at some of the radio hits when we
Well,
do
I'm
that.
not doing that during this. But if I'm at the concert,
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying do your thing.
So I'm saying, and if you want to have me on the air,
Hell yeah.
fine. But I'm not going to go see. Give me a name a band.
Chevelle.
I'm not going to see Chevelle straight.
Yeah,
I'm not
dude.
going to see. Give me another band.
Candlebox.
I'm not going to see Candlebox
I don't know who
straight.
that is.
I'm not going to do that. You know one of
Yeah.
their songs.
3 days great. Yeah.
But anyway, the
We
point
probably
is
play
that
it, don't we?
the
Yeah,
guy
that's
that
so-
I'm bringing with me, my friend Stan, shout out.
Shout out Stan.
Hey,
He.
Stan.
Do you think he drinks?
No.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Do you think he smokes marijuana?
Also no.
No. Do you think he?
Boring.
Do you think he doesn't do anything?
Yeah, you need one of those.
I hate
He's
those people.
Going
Yeah.
to show up as straight as a fucking judge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's good.
And I'm gonna not be. So that's actually probably good.
Yeah, you can be like your sitter.
Yeah, or
Just
my
hold your hand.
driver, or make sure that I don't kill myself. Well, not kill myself,
Jesus
but
Christ.
The Ocean City cops too crack down on everything.
Oh yeah.
well, they
dude.
can't crack down on me because it'll be inside of me. They
Well, yeah,
can
but
do
like,
whatever the fuck they want.
If you jaywalk, they're gonna arrest
If they're
you.
gonna pump my stomach, maybe.
Well,
but
that's good
I'm gonna get away with this. I can tell you that right now. Because I'm gonna up, and then as I go there, once I get there,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to re-up,
Yeah.
and then I'll be fine for probably 5 hours.
God
Yeah.
bless, man.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Chevelle on ecstasy would be pretty good.
I think I'd rather save it for bands where I know like 6 or 7 of their
Dude,
songs.
Rob Zombie.
He's
Rob,
there,
Rob Zombie is there. That was the one band I was gonna say that like I'm actually stoked that we got.
but
And
I only know Dragula.
I know I only
right?
know like 1 or 2 songs, but just the performance that he puts
Yeah.
on is probably gonna be visually
Yeah.
satisfying.
Let me
So-
see that list.
So
Yeah,
I'll
my
tell
phone's
a
not
story.
working.
I went to the Virgin Fest with and the band that went on second to last
Mhm.
was a little band called The Who.
I never heard of him.
The band
Who?
that closed the show was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay.
Okay.
So I know we play a lot of Chili Peppers.
A
Look,
lot.
but this was just the Virgin Fest was I was married to my first wife. So
Okay.
this was a very, very long time ago. But the point is that the Who shouldn't be opening for somebody. This is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the-
Festivals are weird, man.
So that's fine, but it is the fucking Who. So I
Yeah.
think the Who was like, because I've seen the Who 3 times, and I don't ever remember them doing what they did at the Virgin Fest. At Virgin Fest, they fucking played Bob O'Reilly, Behind Blue Eyes, Pinball Wizard,
Yeah.
fucking Won't Get Full. They were just throwing banger after banger because they're like, fuck this. If they're
Yeah.
gonna fucking put the Red Hot Chili Peppers on after us, they're gonna have to fucking contend with our fucking catalog, right? Which is one of the top 5 catalogs in all of fucking rock music, right?
Yeah.
The Who.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So the Who's in there, but I'm also out of my fucking mind on the same thing that I plan on being at Boardwalk Rocks on.
Mhm.
And I never forget the song Eminence Front,
Yeah,
which is, by
great
the way,
song.
my favorite Who song is written in the 80s.
Yeah.
Figure that out. Okay.
And talk about Pete Townsend sings.
He
right?
sings it, and Roger Daltrey plays the guitar. Isn't
Right,
that crazy?
right,
So Anyway, that's really neither here nor there.
No.
But they had these two fucking lights, and the riff. That's the reason Daltrey can play it, because it's not very difficult, right?
Yeah.
And I just fucking float above this motherfucking stage. So even to this day, my favorite Who song, Eminence Front,
Yeah.
and it's because I had a fucking amazing experience, and I plan on doing the same thing with, say, Chevelle this
Yeah,
week.
I don't know if you'll get the same effect from maybe you never know.
Maybe Flyleaf.
Flyleaf, dude.
If they had
Flyleaf
the
has that-
original singer.
Yeah. That one song that I've actually heard by them on the radio, that girl could sing,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be pretty cool. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting festival, to say the least.
So they're saying, did I chase off Ariel with what? My drug usage? Is that? Oh no, I'm asking. People are asking to share. No, I don't have enough to share, guys, or I would, right? I'm not a drug dealer, although we need to take a break. I was just thinking about this, like I'm a libertarian. If somebody
Mhm.
wants to deal drugs, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do need to supplement my income. I do feel like I'm somebody. There's two things about it. I feel like I am not somebody who looks like they would deal drugs, so I could
Mhm.
probably do it and
Probably.
get away with it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But also I'm somebody who has, I'm no experience. You have to take some licks in order
Yeah.
to learn how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm not quite sure I'm cut out for it.
yeah.
but
You need a little bit more.
Help him.
Yeah, I got you. Just need a little bit more street cred.
how am I going to get
Yeah.
street cred?
We'll figure it out.
All right, let's take a break. This is the DLP agenda with Joe Stamboni and Chris Carlheim. All right, we're back. Have we completely covered? We're fine with Boardwalk Rocks. No,
Yeah,
nothing
I
else
think
to add.
so.
All right. So there is something I want to talk about. And maybe this is something I know the other boys would be interested in this. And I know that we had on the morning show, we had Devin, he's not one of my midshipmen. He's a friend of one of my midshipmen. He was represented as my midshipman on the morning. It didn't matter,
Okay.
right? He's over here all the fucking time, right? Those guys are here because I let them drink. But but he's here now. You probably know the story. He wrote a song for his girlfriend after they were dating for 1 year. They now at this point they've been dating for 3 years, and he wrote a song. It's horrible, but it's adorable.
It's the effort,
and
the
they
thought that
pressed
counts.
it to vinyl.
Wow.
And
Wow,
it's
I
got,
didn't know
yeah,
that.
he's got cello on it and guitar and drums, and he's singing, and it's got a bridge and it's got a breakdown. And he writes it for her and he gives it to her. And of course, we talked about it on this show. We then talked about it on 98 Rock. He then came on 98 Rock and they played some of the song, and it really is it makes you feel good, right? I love love, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
everybody
of
does. And it makes you feel good. Well, they broke up.
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
Get out
Is
of
that
here.
crazy?
What?
They didn't make it.
That
Dude.
sucks.
Yeah. So
You go through all that.
Yeah. It's like they reached the top of the mountain, and
Right.
that was it.
he even said, I'll invite you guys to the wedding.
Right.
And that was going to be their wedding song.
Jeez. Well,
What happened?
Well, I don't know that. Well, let me just say this. The chorus is, you're the love of my life. I want you by my side.
Mhm.
I love this feeling, baby. You're my ride or die.
yeah.
Well,
That's it.
she's not the love of his life.
Not
She
now.
doesn't want him by his side.
No.
They don't love this feeling. And
Who,
he's not a ride or die. They just stopped riding.
Who broke up with who?
So this is, I guess I can tell this.
You can be vague.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can. I'm not giving their names. I gave his name already. Okay. So apparently she was upset about the amount of time that he was dedicated. He's in the fucking Naval Academy, okay?
Yeah.
He's at the Naval Academy playing a sport. He's also playing an instrument.
Yeah.
And it's the Naval Academy,
She got upset with him doing Navy stuff.
because he didn't. Well, I mean, look, I'm not acting like they don't have free time,
Yeah, but not
but-
a ton of it.
but here's the deal.
It's not like regular college.
He used to come over on the weekends, and then I'd have to take his ass home because he didn't have overnights because his grades were so bad.
oh, great.
Okay.
Devin.
So his grades were bad because she was like, hey, how come you're not paying attention? Meanwhile, he's got his head buried in a chemistry book. That shit's fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure he's taking Calc 9 or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't
These
know.
are fucking midshipmen. It's not me and you.
Yeah.
You know what I
touche.
mean? He's not taking the English necessary to then be able to take English that actually
Really?
gives you credit.
Really?
Yeah,
Right. He's not taking the math that gets you to the math the way you
Right,
could be
right.
accredited. They've done it.
Yeah.
And I had some friends who went to the Naval Academy. They had to go to a fucking prep school just to be able to get to a place where they would be accepted.
Yeah.
These guys were straight in.
Mm.
And so now she's like, I need more time. Now I don't want to demon. There's 3 sides to every story, right?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it's like, your boyfriend goes to the Naval Academy, which also means he's an achiever, right? It's
Yeah.
probably somebody you want to be.
It's
if
hard
this
to get
guy
in the
wa-
Naval
if
Academy.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
If this is a guy, maybe you want this guy in your future
Yeah. Yeah.
because look at
Eventually, there's going to be some sort of stability.
he's somebody who's conscientious.
Yeah.
You know, in order to even go there, you have to
Right.
fucking care. He's an Eagle Scout, by the way.
God
damn.
damn.
Okay, so that's this guy.
I'll marry
Dude,
him.
I
Christ.
suck.
And she's like, of course we're not. We all combined to be a fucking eagle. I was barely
Yeah.
a bobcat or whatever the first thing is, right?
I was the same thing.
I only went to the mini golf. It was like to bring you in to actually be a Boy Scout. Never went back.
Oh, right. You're like,
Wish we
"Ah."
sold
I got
cookies.
pizza and played mini golf. And I
Yeah,
said,
right.
Fuck this.
So anyway, so she's like, this isn't. I want to. You know, I don't think she said I want to see her. I think they're taking a break.
Oh, that's it.
Okay,
There's
now
no such thing as a break.
now let me go back a little bit. Jackson has a girlfriend now. I think they're official.
Mhm.
They just went to the Chris Stapleton George Strait concert in
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia.
It's
Okay,
official then.
right? So whatever. I'm not gonna label that. I like her. By the way, she's an all-conference volleyball player. She goes to Naval Academy.
These are some good kids, man.
Yeah, she also broke the record. I'm not gonna give her name, but you know, all you gotta do is a little bit of homework. She broke the record for kills in a game
Good
as a
Lord.
freshman.
Good
Damn.
Lord. Where
You
did you
wanna
play?
know-
Center?
What's your hitter? Is that
Outside
what?
hitter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know whose record she broke?
Who?
Her own.
Jesus. As
Okay.
a freshman.
She's a freshman. Okay, so that's it. But that is what it is. But she brought a friend over to the house,
Mhm.
and Devin was over with Jackson, my mitten, because they were here all the time, literally. Okay, so they're there, and I'm sitting there thinking, I know this motherfucker. He's gonna call his girlfriend and say, "Hey, I need to let you know something. There was a girl over." I know him.
Oh, man.
I know he's gonna do that.
Why?
I know he's going to do that. Why? Because he's not built like you and I. That's why would we disclose something to get ourselves in trouble? Now,
Yeah.
I
You just
do
don't
believe
say anything.
Just unnecessary.
I do believe that you should tell the truth, and I do
Yeah.
believe that that's. I
Well,
mean,
when you're
anyway-
called on it.
well,
Right.
no, I mean, you know, you and I are both 12-step guys. Maybe one day I'll talk about my thing, but you don't lie. You can't lie. The whole
True.
idea behind it is the idea of hoisting these lies off your back that you've been carrying around forever, right?
Mhm.
But
gotta be
even
real. Jesus.
even the
Yeah.
12 rules for life, the one that says tell the truth or at least don't lie. Well,
Mhm.
you can not lie. You
Yeah.
don't have to say there was a girl here because he didn't do anything with this girl.
Mhm.
He told on himself.
Yeah, there's a point of being too honest.
What the fuck is
Over-
that?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I guess he just doesn't want to sit on his conscience. 'Cause
What's
he's a
his
good kid.
conscience? He didn't do anything.
He's a good kid. And we're
He's-
terrible people.
No, that's yeah.
Did you just
Steph
call
said
her-
she was a brownie, by the way.
Oh, hell
yes. But you understand my problem is like you haven't done anything wrong,
Right.
and now all of a sudden you're going to get shit for it, right?
Right. Right.
I used to date. Was engaged when I was engaged when I was in college.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We've told this story before. My fiance then went on the next date, Jeff Goldblum. I think
Oh,
people
yeah,
know that
yeah,
story.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know you were engaged.
I was
Wow.
like a loaded fucking revolver.
Yeah.
All right. So, she used to give me shit whenever I did anything. I used to tell a joke, right? Where she'd call me and she goes, "Where the hell have you been?" I go, "What do you mean? I was supposed to call you at 5." She goes, "It's 5:03.
Oh God.
Where were you for those 3 minutes? You couldn't call me on time." I was like, "Well, if you must know, I was taking a shit." She goes, "So taking a shit is more important than me,
Oh,
right?"
yeah.
Now,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was the joke, but that
Yeah.
was based in reality because,
Yeah.
you know, I like to play basketball, you know, when I was young.
Mhm.
And every time I played basketball, I would get shit from her. And I'm like, what do I do? One thing?
Yeah.
All I do is see you
Oh, I understand that.
and nothing else happens.
Yeah.
First
yeah.
of all,
A
I've been
red
with
flag.
me. It's okay, but it's not
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you
I-
do with the other 27 minutes?
Right. But anyway, so what they did was they're on a break, and then
There's no such thing as a break.
no,
That's
it's
real.
not a break.
No.
A break. What so you can fuck other people?
Yeah, that's just
not
an easier way to let them down.
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way, right? Now, maybe she thought, now this is possible. She thought, oh, I'll say this and he'll say, I don't want it, and he'll fight for me. Maybe that's
Mhm.
what she
Yes,
was doing, right?
yes. Always a possibility.
And I don't know how it went down. But hey, you want to take a break? I'm like, oh, cool. All right. Well, I'll
Yeah.
see you on the other side.
I
Or
was
whatever,
thinking
right?
the same thing.
Yeah, gone, right. So I don't know how all that went down, but then Jackson had his girl, for whatever she is, I don't want to label, whatever that is. She brought another friend. It's a different friend.
Hmm.
And her and Devin, they made out.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, they made out.
Yeah.
Okay. He fucking called his ex-girlfriend and told her, are you
Jesus
fucking kidding me?
Christ,
What the fuck
why?
is happening here?
Let it go.
What is
Let it go.
happening?
Dude, I don't know. I mean,
God dang Gen Zers.
yeah,
I
unless there was
know.
like some sort of talk, like we might, which you said, they're taking a break, so they probably talked about getting back together, and or you know, at some point getting back together, and like you said, he might just feel it on his conscience or whatever, and he wants to tell her so that if they ever do get back together, he can come back.
That's awful.
On your
Yeah.
conscience about somebody you're trying to move on from? I think what he was doing is saying, I'm on a break. I'm allowed to do this, but let her know that I'm capable of getting other
Does
girls.
she call him when she fucks somebody else?
I don't. Well, we'll get there. So I don't think
Perfect.
fuck. I don't think she's. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but these guys don't look like people. The girls don't look like people that just go out and fuck people. They
Yeah.
don't. I could be wrong about that, but that's not how they look like.
This
They're built
isn't Frostburg. That's true.
right. So of course, when he
No.
came clean and said, "Hey, I made out with this girl," she's like, "Oh, well, I made out with her, whatever, then made out or whatever." And
Yeah.
so she also came clean about something.
Mhm.
So they're still apart.
Yeah, this is just
All it's
fucking
gonna do is
toxic, dude.
make it more
Yeah.
difficult to get back together.
Yeah.
That's a terrible.
That dude.
I want to have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, they got to stop being so honest.
Yeah.
I really can't understand the psychology behind it.
Do you guys listen to the SheLP agenda?
Yes.
Yeah. So this last episode, I've talked about it on here because I really liked it. Because here's the deal, and
The Never Have I Ever.
I'm
episode?
gonna leave this at the 10,000 foot view. Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite people in the world are sluts.
Okay.
You know how people get slut shamed? No. You get slut deified.
I knew there was a reason you loved
I
me.
love sluts. I always have. I like
Alright.
people that are liberal with
What-
their
okay, yeah, yeah.
sexuality.
What-
I like that attitude. First thing I do is I look for somebody and go, "Do you smoke? Do you have tattoos?" Like I'm looking for your father. Does he grow up in the same house? Like anything like those are the people that I do. I
Yes.
like it. I
Yeah.
like people that are like, "Hey man, fuck it."
Yeah.
And this is the truth. I swear this is true. Sexually, I like when people are like, I don't want people to tell me no. I'm not a rapist, but as soon as I know that there's all these rules in bed, it takes the fun out. I like to be like, "Hey, we'll try anything. Maybe I didn't like it, and the next time I go, hey, let's not do that again or whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine."
Yeah.
But all these, I don't want to hear a bunch of no's or whatever, right?
Dude, we just took a BDSM quiz on the
Uh-huh.
show the other day. I'm the wrong guy to talk to. I'm 86% vanilla.
Oh, you
Like,
are?
My sex life is boring as
What do you
hell.
want to just crawl on top of a woman?
Yeah, I just want to kind of get the job
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
Just keep
yeah.
it moving.
Did you ever see that BYU test they put out? About,
No. What's that?
There's 100 questions.
Yeah.
And you fill out. I think I showed it to you that
Yeah,
one time.
yeah, I
and
think
you
I did
fill
it.
out, and you take a point off of 100 every time
Okay.
you've done something, and it goes
Oh,
from
just
like
things that you've done.
holding
Okay.
hands to
Yeah.
like threesomes.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
like
everywhere.
having sex
Right,
with
right,
your
right.
siblings.
And so like 100 you start with, and you get to 0. I was like 9.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Like,
so was I.
I feel dirty.
Oh,
as
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
no, you didn't get pegged. You hadn't been shit on.
Right.
What was left there for you?
Haven't been shit on, haven't been pegged. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Well, no.
good. But anyway, the point is that now I was very excited about the last episode, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
You get to find out, oh, wait a minute, this chick's a freak. I like that, right?
Yeah.
And then they're all down, right? All the girls are down. But Rob's like, "Hey, do you want to do the SheLP agenda?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to do it for sure." Anyway, she goes, "All right, we'll reach out to Ariel," because Ariel's like the ringleader of it. I go,
Mhm.
"Okay." And Ariel's like, "Hey, is there anything off topic? Is everything on the board? Can you talk about anything?" Well, I'm recently separated and moving towards divorce, right?
Mhm.
So I haven't told that story, and I know I'm going to be asked about it, and I don't know if the first place I want to tell that is on their show versus my own show, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to be somebody. I don't want to be somebody who says I'm not willing to talk about it. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to publicly tell my version of it. It just doesn't feel fair. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not quite exactly sure how I'm gonna. I guess I'll do it real time.
Mhm.
But I don't, because obviously, if there's two people and both people share some blame, when you're telling your story, you're pushing most of that off on the other party, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't want
Right.
to do that.
Right.
I think it'd be
So-
hard to do it unless the both of you did it at the same time for the.
I don't think we're there.
universe. I know.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
we're there.
No
where
rush.
we're going to be doing
no
that.
rush.
Yeah,
listen-
no rush. We're going to do it eventually.
Maybe. You
I
never
can't
know.
imagine we'll sit down
Just
here.
start calling her and telling her about your sexual encounters, and who knows? Maybe you guys will
Yeah, are
get
you
back
doing
Yeah.
that, Joe?
What's that?
Are you calling every time you have a sexual encounter?
I'm definitely not. I wouldn't be making many calls either, but
together.
but I definitely am not for sure. All right. God, man, we We only have 15 minutes left.
That's
Jesus.
what it looks like.
All right, so I have a couple other stories here.
Mhm.
You guys pick the one that you want to go with: the dry patch on Joe's penis, or Carl, I'm taking a gummy. I'm fine with whatever you guys choose. Rock, paper, scissors. It.
All right,
call.
Rock. We can talk about the dry spot on my penis.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about both. We'll probably have time for both. Yeah. So I talked about this on the show this morning a little bit.
How long's it been there?
About I want to say a week and a half. I've noticed.
How did you
Jeez.
notice it? Jerking off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was beaten.
Where
and,
is it? The top or the bottom?
It's at the bottom of the shaft where the
Okay.
shaft meets the balls.
Right.
Okay, on the backside. And
Underneath.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I noticed. Was jacking it and noticed that there was like there was itchy. It itched right there. And no, hold on. No, I got to back up some. It was itching, and I looked down and I noticed that I had like a little blotchy red thing on the back of my penis. I've never had a dry spot.
How did you see it? You had to
I
lift
just had
it
to
up.
flip it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
you just
Flipped it up,
Okay,
and then I
got
was
it.
like,
Got
"Oh,
it.
it itch." And so I've recently changed the type of lotion that I pleasure myself with.
You use lotion?
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
use lotion.
I mean,
either.
not all the time, but if I'm trying to treat myself, and
It gets all messy.
yeah, just hop in the shower for a
Yeah,
minute
that's
afterwards.
I don't want to. Sorry, I don't want to have to shower after I jerk off. I
No,
want to
you
go
know.
to sleep. Right?
If I'm not expecting
ahead.
anybody, it's no big deal.
All right.
So I switched from cocoa butter, which is a very thick, viscous, the tub of cocoa butter.
Thick
You have,
a
you,
little
wait a
bit,
minute, isn't it? It's literally you're
Yeah. A little bit goes a long way.
Use cocoa butter.
Yeah, dude. Try it out, man. Try it out. Don't knock until you try it. And we got this Dr. Tug stuff that we ordered for the show, which
Oh,
is
it's special for the chef for
Yeah.
doing this.
yeah. Great product, or I think so. I'm not sure if it's that or not.
Oh God.
But that's like
Is this a sponsor, by the way?
no,
that you get? Okay.
not yet. If Dr. Tugs, if you want to sponsor us, I love your product, and everything I'm about to say is not true. But the consistency is a little thinner, and I don't know if just like I don't know if my penis is used to like the moisturizer
Yeah.
from like the cocoa butter, the thicker consistency, and now it's just dry. Like I just have a dry old penis.
Yeah, here's the thing. I always think about that. Maybe not with. I don't
Oh,
use.
And
Okay.
I changed up my powder too. We were talking about it.
Oh, so you don't know which one it is.
Yeah. So it's between the powder and the lotion. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the powder because
What powder are you using?
I switched to the Gold Bond, the
Medicated,
Medicaid, the menthol, the
I like
green
it
one.
too.
Dude, I
Yeah,
love it.
it's good.
dude. I like for it
Feels
to
so
fucking.
good.
I like for it.
Yeah,
Like
same.
it's burning whatever
Yeah.
is down there.
Yeah, kill it.
I want it to be. Yes.
What are you guys doing?
Listen,
Living.
by the way, it's funny because I think we mentioned it on here before. I have so much trouble applying the powder.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It's
Same.
fucking impossible.
It's
so
Really?
everywhere.
because gravity, okay?
Alright.
So it comes in a big ass fucking. You have a big giant one, right?
Yep.
And then you twist the top, and all there's like 9 holes in the top. Okay.
Yeah. And it shoots
So
out.
you can shake it,
Uh-huh.
but where you want it
Right.
is underneath.
Right.
So you're shaking it to get it to come up.
Yeah.
The only other thing you can do,
You put it in your
Pour it in your
hand.
I don't
You don't put it in your hand?
No, because I want it to. You're
Yeah, you
saying?
poof with your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Boom.
it's never even occurred to me what you just said.
Oh,
What
dude.
you just said has never occurred to me.
Wow.
Because any of the sprays don't work. They don't work on me. I
Yeah.
have to use a powder.
Yeah.
But God, you know what? That's you guys just changed my life
Cracked your head open.
because let me tell you what I've done
Mhm.
in order to make sure that it's applied in the correct spot and that I don't waste half of the fucking thing
Lay on your back.
in the shower.
Whoa.
I'll get down in the shower
In the bathtub.
after I have a shower stall.
Okay. Got
And
it.
I'll dry I'll hang the towel. I'll dry completely off. I'll grab that. I'll literally get on my back. I'll throw my fucking legs. I'm 56 years old. I throw my fucking legs back and I
Yeah.
fucking get the best
Yeah.
That's
and worst
fucking
of all
awesome.
parts, right?
God, I can't even get up off the shower if I was to sit down.
Dude, if
Yeah, I don't. You couldn't fit in the
roll-
shower or
roll
whatever.
over.
If I was rich, I'd pay somebody to do that for me. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like in Coming to America,
Yeah,
instead of the fucking
exactly.
girls, it's the girl to fucking powder your balls or
Yeah,
whatever.
but there's a problem with the hand too. You squeeze a bunch out into your hand, and then you get it under there, and then you still got to kind of like throw it up in there.
Yes.
And then it
Okay,
still
so I'm not
all-
crazy because
yeah.
that never occurred to me because it doesn't really feel like the best method, right?
It works a little better than just throwing it at you like that, but
Yeah, you have more
You-
control with your
you
hands.
still drop a lot.
That's why I
It's-
like.
my bathroom is covered in a coat of
Yeah,
powder. It's
I like.
awful.
Well, that's one of the luxuries that I have. I was talking about
You guys do it outside too, right?
what
On the deck,
powder, jerk off or powder.
powder.
I can't
I
do
powder
that.
on,
That's smart,
I
though.
swear to God, I powder on the deck.
I
That's
can't
smart.
because my neighbors can see me.
I get up way before my neighbors. are
Now,
awake.
yeah, I know, but now everybody has like everything you do is on camera.
Yeah, that's
No.
true.
So I do. I
That's a
like to
valid
piss
point.
in the yard, or you guys like me? I like to
Yeah,
piss in
yeah.
my yard,
Yeah,
but I can't piss off my deck because there's
Oh.
children. I would get arrested, right?
yeah.
So I literally go around to the other side of the house and I'll piss in the yard because the dog's pissing there too.
Yeah,
Wifey
why
and
not?
I, right? So
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Unless you have Tommy's piss, which will kill your entire.
Oh,
breath.
yeah. Don't let him piss on your wallet.
Yeah, I
Story
forgot
like
about that. shit.
Yeah.
But other than that,
should
I
not
don't-
hit you.
No,
sorry.
you're fine.
I
Stop.
can't-
Stop.
yeah, I can't. I'm never naked out in my yard. I can't.
Really?
Well, I can't do it. I
Even
can't.
if you like turn the light off onto your deck, you still couldn't.
I mean,
at
I guess
nighttime?
I guess I could.
10 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
you could walk out.
Yeah,
as long as
free
there's no
yourself.
light
And
on.
like I said, there's been times that there aren't people. I think my neighbors are afraid of me too, by the way, which they shouldn't be because, by the way, if you look next door, there's like, have you seen the driveway? There's like 7 cars parked out
Yeah,
there.
over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's a Hispanic family. I think about 42 people live in that house, I think, right?
All right.
But it's not, it's a nice
I
house.
don't see a Honda
But
Civic.
I think, yeah, and they have every kind of car and motorcycles or whatever.
You
But-
try to get some food from them.
I went to do, well, they've had some fucking, what do you call them? Fiestas over
Yeah,
there for
yeah, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Quinceañeras.
Yeah, and you know what I do every single time?
Hmm.
I go, hey guys, if you want to park in my driveway, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll park in that other. You can have it.
That's awesome.
And they don't offer me food,
Jesus,
That's not awesome.
dude, everybody's
So-
walking on you.
yeah.
so I don't.
Fuck.
I don't like that. But I'm okay. So you met my roommate Mario.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mario's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but I have a different responsibility now, because my house wasn't messy. It's always been clean. You were
Mhm.
over. It's been clean.
Yeah, very much so.
But it could be cleaner. Like I have 2 golden retrievers. You have to vacuum every 2 days. You have
Yeah,
to. If
yeah.
you
We
We
don't,
got hardwood floors. I mean,
if you don't, you have to. There'd be big tumbleweeds of dog.
can you get it like a Swiffer?
I have one.
Oh.
You mean like a dustbuster?
Yeah, yeah.
I have a dustbuster up there, so I'll see a big fucking tumbleweed going by. Ooh, and I'll suck that
Yeah.
thing up. And it is something very, very gratifying about looking in there and just seeing.
Mhm.
But
Look, I'll say I haven't been here in a while, and it doesn't look bad.
no,
It's-
I
doesn't look bad.
just did a whole fucking huge cleaning.
Okay.
So I mopped the floor for the second time since Katie left. That was in November.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how often you're supposed to mop.
You know,
I have no idea.
probably once a week.
I vacuum-
Once a
at least.
week?
Once
Hell
a month
no.
at least.
Right.
guess.
Especially if you got dogs or
Dude,
cats or whatever.
If you wear house shoes in the house, I don't wear shoes in my house. I take
Oh.
them off.
I don't wear shoes in my house either.
Yeah.
I don't. But here's the thing: my dogs, they go out, and I'm not cleaning their
valid.
paws off, and they're fucking running
Yeah.
around and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Good point.
So I do have covers on my couch to make sure. Here's the thing: we talked about this on the show, but you live on your own.
Yeah.
You don't,
Mhm.
right? But it's too fucking much.
Oh,
It's-
yeah. I have
It's
to
too
hire
much. I can't do it all.
cleaning
Dude.
authority. I have them come once every the last Wednesday of every month.
That's
And
awesome.
they vacuum and they mop and they clean everything.
Well, I'm also broke now. I probably have cleaning authority money. I
Yeah.
probably do have
Yeah, yeah.
that.
yeah.
It's like $150.
I probably need to do that because my upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean,
mess.
The shower. Do you
Well-
clean the shower?
I mean, I squeegee off the door.
The toilet.
That's not cleaning the shower.
I clean the toilets. I probably clean the toilets without exaggeration 4 times since she's left.
Mm.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's way less than me.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Thank
I
you
need
for
to
your
I need to clean them more.
I also shit at work way more than I
Me
do.
I
so
should.
do
I
I.
try to
So
shit
do
at
I.
work when I'm
Yeah.
even when I'm there to fill in. I try to
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, because the toilets take everything down. You don't have to
Oh
worry
yeah,
about
dude.
it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. There's such. We want to talk about shitting at work for a second. And then we'll get back to roommates. They got rid of the secret bathroom.
Dude, I
they
know.
fucking put a
What?
screw
What
in
happened?
the door.
Okay,
of the
because I
secret
saw that
bathroom.
it said out of order.
Well,
Was
it's
that
out
a
of order
lie?
forever.
It's not fucking out of order. They just don't want us using it for some reason. So,
Why?
supposedly, you know that area that they cleared out down there where it's got like the refrigerator, like
Yes,
back by
it's almost like
engineers?
open it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there's supposed to be,
A wellness room, right?
yeah, like they're gonna put some chairs and there's supposed to be a bathroom
Oh,
down there, dude. It's gonna take 6 years for us to get that. But in the meantime, They didn't want us using the secret bathroom for some reason. So at first they took everything out of it. They took all the toilet paper, they took all the napkins, soap, everything like that out of it.
None of that affects me.
No. So we started bringing
I
we started bringing our own toilet
Yes.
paper.
The only thing I do is wipe my ass.
Yeah.
Other than that, you think I won't walk out of there without washing my hands?
And there's
Exactly.
nobody
gotta-
to spy on you.
Right,
so why
No
would you?
chance. I'm like, right out of there.
So we start bringing our own toilet paper. Then one day we go up there and check it. Somebody literally put a screw through the door into the wall.
Blackmire did.
But yeah,
It had to be Plaquemire.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But I don't know what his reason.
Oh, because he was told to. It wasn't on
Yeah.
him.
It's just so authoritative. It's just so weird. So they don't want us using that bathroom because they're going to build another one in this wellness area that's going to be built at some point. But now, since we don't have the secret bathroom, which was very convenient to the studio, you just run around the corner.
Yes.
You got to pee, you got to poop, just go.
You got to go all the way, basically to the opposite. It's the furthest
Well,
distance.
Yes.
Yeah. And somebody's always shitting up that bathroom. So then you got to go upstairs or down to the first floor. I found the first
Second
floor.
floor.
You hit the
Go on
second floor?
TV.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because nobody's ever in there.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
I
been
go.
going
I go
down-
there every day when I leave work.
Really?
Plus, all those people are hot.
yeah.
So that
Yeah.
means
Well, I don't
they
want to shit in
take
front of them.
no,
No.
but they also take better care of their. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a
Like
good
you
They're
point.
not
think
having
that the
diarrhea.
jocks,
Yeah.
they're not washing their hands.
Oh,
They're
no.
not. They're
We're-
pulling up before they're completely done wiping. They all the crimes,
Yeah.
bathroom crimes.
Yeah, we're a mess.
They're fucking.
They don't
guilty
talk
of.
to each other in the bathroom, which I find very weird.
That is strange.
Like I saw John Lauer in the bathroom. John starts talking to me. While I'm peeing,
yeah.
Which is
I'll talk to you
normal
when you're
for us.
peeing. If you're shitting, don't talk
Oh,
to
it's
me.
happened.
Oh, don't
Wait
sit next to
until-
Justin. then.
Wait, no, that's a
Oh, dude.
that's a
That poor guy.
that's a fucking different thing for sure.
He was going through it today.
All right,
shitting
so the
himself.
only thing we have left that we didn't get, and we only have 4 minutes left. No, Chris, it says here that you took a gummy, right?
Yeah.
But I
I
thought
took it for sleep.
you weren't allowed to do that.
Well, so I took.
Am I allowed to say that on
Yeah,
here?
yeah, you
okay.
can. I took one for sleep because I've been struggling sleeping. I actually asked my doctor if I can do that, and he.
Well,
and
you need to ask your sponsor, not your doctor.
yeah. Well, my sponsor's dead. So-
yeah, okay.
So
You
I,
can-
I asked my doctor, and then my doctor was like, as long as you're only using it for sleep and not abusing it. And
Okay.
so I'm supposed to keep a journal on when I take it. So I took my first one last
Okay.
night.
Mhm.
And I have to be honest with you, I could hear the wax in my ear. And I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, it might be too much, man. It
what?
might,
10 milligrams?
I thought Mystery Science Theater was a good movie. Like
Yeah,
the movie that they
yeah.
were watching. And
Yeah.
it was, I've seen that movie 6 or
worked.
7 times. It's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Why would you watch a terrible movie 6 or 7 times? No, it's funny. I haven't had an edible for a while. Okay. And I was telling you guys before, when I switch what I take, it gets me super high the first time.
Yeah.
So if I've been smoking flower and somebody gives me their pen, that will fucking wreck me.
Mhm.
If haven't had an edible in a while and then I have one, that'll be the end of me. Well, you
Yeah.
know, maybe I shouldn't out let's just say that a source that is close to me happened to have some edibles.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, sure, I'll try it. 10 milligrams. And I couldn't get off the couch,
Yeah.
because I'm sitting there thinking, God, okay, I need to take the dogs out, but that's going to be almost fucking impossible.
So I didn't
Yeah.
want to get up because I was trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
To get God, I can't believe I'm going to tell this story.
Tell it.
Can't wait.
So I took, once I had that, I also have some honey,
Mhm.
which, maybe somebody else got to try that too here. But if you take some honey and you stir it in your tea and you put a little cream,
What tea?
it's fucking delicious,
Yeah,
right?
you killed
Yeah,
it.
it is was it delicious?
It was
by the way?
great.
It's delicious. But it's there's 10 servings in there and it's 10 milligrams, right? So I don't measure. I'm just taking
Yeah.
a fucking spoonful of honey.
I think that's more than a serving.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what
maybe
we-
a little bit.
Yeah.
and I fucking stirred it in there and there's nothing left on the spoon and I
Yeah.
drink that and I go to bed. Well, it's around midnight and I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I am fucking flying, right?
Oh, wow.
But I have to pee.
yeah.
And I'm like, Christ.
You don't turn lights on, right? So you
I'm
don't
like-
try not to wake back
I
up.
don't think I can fucking get up.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like, so I look over and I have one of these big Oreo cups.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just fucking piss right
Why
in
don't you
that
piss out the
fucking-
window?
I can't get I literally can't get up. I'm lucky I can
Wow.
reach over and grab, and I literally pissed in this cup.
Mhm.
Okay, that's now I'm really letting myself go.
Dude.
I'm not even getting up. I take it and I set it on I literally I slept with a cup of piss for the whole night and it's there. And then I'm like, all right, well, I can't ever do that again, right?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can't.
The red
Look,
Solo cup?
Don't
No, it's the big giant, or it's got Cedric Mullins on it.
Oh, okay.
Cedric Mullins is on it. Okay.
That's
So-
what happened to him.
So anyway, fast forward this past weekend, I do it again, and
Oh,
I get myself. I might have gone a little bit more. You can see the big chunks out of there that I took out of out of there.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm like, fuck. Well, I just remembered what I did before. There's the cup. I go
Mhm.
there. I do the exact same thing, and I set it on there. Well,
Oh no.
maybe like a couple hours later, I wake up. I have to go again.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you drank it.
I'm like, I have to go again. I'm like, well, why? I mean, it's already in there.
Yeah.
So I go again in the same cup.
Yeah.
I end up going 3 times in the same cup. And in the morning,
Jesus.
right. Now, one thing I can never do is forget that the cup is there.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Because then come on. I mean, what's the fuck's the matter with me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, look.
I can't get up and go to the bathroom. I promise, hand to God, I won't do it anymore. But I won't get myself
Yeah.
so fucked up that I have to piss in a cup.
Yeah.
But I will say that 3 full pisses, and I mean,
Yeah. That's pretty. That's pretty
I
good.
almost filled that motherfucker up.
Yeah, dude.
I almost, but I'm done. I'm done
surprised
pissing in
there's
the cup.
Look.
Three pisses almost fills up a cup. I feel
Yeah.
like one piss would fill up a cup.
No,
Yeah, it's
no,
supposed to
not
be a
for
big
me.
cup.
No,
Yeah.
it's like the cup is like 40 ounces or
Okay.
whatever. It's
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, it's I'll
Yeah,
show
yeah,
it to you too.
yeah.
I'll you probably
Okay.
won't want to drink out of it.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I wonder, and I've dishwashed it, but I wonder if Mario, my roommate's going to listen to this and be like, "Well, I'm not using
Yeah,
those
I'm not
cups
doing
again.
that. Look.
I'm never using those cups again."
Shit,
Dude.
I drank a glass of water over here during WrestleMania.
I hope for the God it
Oh,
wasn't out
no.
of the Oreo cup.
Look,
Yeah.
there's been times where I could get up out of bed and I wasn't too fucked up, and I've thought about doing that. Didn't do it, but look, you're not alone. It's not the worst thing. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to make you feel better.
I remember my buddy, shout out Todd. This was in college.
Mm-hmm.
His mother was cleaning his room. We were living with our, we weren't old enough to be moved out, and his mom found a fucking jar of piss in his room.
Oh,
He
dude.
couldn't. She started yelling at him, and I remember it clear as day. He had twin brother, and his brother was making fun of him for what he had done.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, why would I get up and go to the bathroom when there's a perfectly good jar right there? He's
Dude.
fucking defending it. Like
I have a feeling it might be more common than you think.
I pee
Guys
out,
just
pee
pissing
out
in
my
jars
windows
or
when growing up
cups.
because I didn't want to go
Yeah.
to the bathroom and wake people up. So I'd open the window. I was on the second floor and I pee out the window.
Sounds nice.
It's so you didn't have to wake people up, or because you didn't want to walk all the way to the fucking bathroom.
Well, no, because my parents' room was real close to mine, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to open the door and then be like, "What the hell is he doing?"
Oh, that's so kind of you. All right, well, that's it, guys. This is a good fucking show.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for
Guys,
having
hey,
us.
we'll be back with Justin and Rob. But hey, man, I thought this was that. What do you
That
think a
was
show
fun.
title? Good show title will be for this.
Piss jar.
Piss jar is good. All right, guys, see ya. All right, I thought that was good.
Yeah, it was fun.